Now, y'all, you know, I got a pretty good vocabulary. But this lady asked me if I was gaslighting. And I'm like my producer, what is that? You know, starting the gas on the stove. I mean, what is that? You know, but I'll go into that definition. And y'all always catch me studying before. But look, we're gonna talk about the show last week where I talked about Kaepernick's workout being a PR situation, and we're gonna talk about that debate that happened in Atlanta last night. Uh, Buckle up. For some of y'all, this might be a rough ride because we're going to get after the Bud Naked Truth. You ready?
This is not a test.
If you listen to this program, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the Bud Naked Truth. This program is X-rated. You ready?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You are now tuned into the world's most honest talk show host, the Elder Mmoja, Ajabu.
Welcome. For those who don't know, this is Elder Mmoja Ajabu, your host for After Naked Truth. This program is dedicated to stripping the clothes off of well-dressed lies, and there's a bunch of well-dressed lies running out here. So if you can't stand the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth, I would suggest that you situate yourself elsewhere, because you're going to be bombarded with the truth. You're listening to the most truthful, and I'll go with honest too, talk show host in the business, unbought, unbossed, and unafraid. Last week, y'all might have to start calling me a prophet. Last week, I predicted that workout that the NFL was inviting Kaepernick to come to was a PR stunt. And what did it turn out to be? A PR stunt. Now, some people, a lot of our people, in fact, I heard Boyce Watkins saying, well, he's got unreal expectation. If I was a boss and an employee of mine came to my job and wanted to protest on my job, he wouldn't be working on my job. Well, Boyce, it's a whole situation when you talk about Kaepernick. He's telling them, you know, that, yeah, I want to work on your job, but not at the expense of not speaking to the oppression that my people are experiencing at the hands of police. I think that's a very noble stance. And he is saying that he is willing to give up a job. And I think my producer said that he done lost $25 million. Well, that's a hell of a sacrifice for him. And a principal sacrifice for him personally to say that he don't want that money if he has to accept the oppression of our people. And I'll go further into that as it develops because, you know, I also question what was the place that JC, and from my understanding, my research, say JC was behind the scenes pushing for this, but he wanted Kaepernick to accept the deal. And Kaepernick said, no. It looked like JC said to Kaepernick, man, you can make some money. And Kaepernick told JC, I don't want money that has to make me break my principle so that I accept the oppression of my people. See, and I've shared this before, and then I'm going to move on. I know of a young man who sold his mama and daddy crack because he said they was going to get it from somewhere. They might as well get it from me. Somebody going to make the money. It might as well be me. Well, I'm saying that's not good money. All money is not good money, and all money is not acceptable for people who has some kind of principle about themselves. His mama died. His daddy died. And he ended up going to jail, all behind that damn crack. That was a lose-lose for everybody. Kaepernick is taking the same position. All money is not good money. And we got to get our moral compass properly directed. So just because people offer us money does not mean that we will take part in our oppression. I'm telling you, if you can't stand the truth, situate yourself elsewhere, because you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. You ready? Let me give you some more truth. Did y'all watch that debate last night? I was in and out. You know, I was so beat from watching the hearings, the impeachment hearings, that when it came to the debates, you know, my eyelids was heavy. But I tried to work my way through it. And I actually taped it so that I could go back and look at it, and I still didn't get a chance to look all the way through it. But there were certain things in there that I saw concerning old Buttigieg. You know, he's the mayor of South Bend. And right now, he's running at the top of the polls in Iowa. Now, if you know anything about Iowa, Iowa is better than 90% white. And so the white folks are saying that they're willing to accept Buttigieg, even though the people in South Bend, where he's the mayor, the people of African descent, where he's the mayor, have big problems with him because he is complicit in the murder of Eric Jack Logan. But it seems like the people in Iowa don't care. Look at how the people in South Bend interact with Pete Buttigieg. Give me that, Slick.
I cannot support because I do not have evidence that there has been discipline for racist behavior in the case of one
Listen. Listen to his answer.
I'm not asking for your vote.
What's his answer?
I will promise that there will be a review to make sure that there is no racism on this department.
That's enough. Let me go right there. Did y'all hear his answer? The woman asked him, you can't run the city of South Bend and you want people to vote for you for president? And he said, I don't want your vote. Lie. If he don't get the vote from people of African descent, he dead on arrival. Everybody on the Democratic side is vying for that vote from people of African descent because they know that they cannot win without that vote. And so he come up and through there in South Bend lying, saying he don't want the vote. But he go to South Carolina, get some people in South Carolina to peruse his Douglas plan, his Frederick Douglass plan, which is a good plan, I might add. And they look at it and they say, "Oh yeah, that's a good plan, Pete. We could go with that." So then Pete goes back and gets in front of the camera. The people in South Carolina have endorsed me for president. And when the people that he put the plan in front of saw that, they said, "Ho, Pete, ho, Petey Boo, slow your roll, Doc. That ain't what we said. We said we thought your plan was good. Don't think that because we said we think your plan is good, we saying that you good. Petey." Y'all know they used to, I'm dating myself. It used to be a cat out of Washington, D.C. that they called Petey Green. And he was known to be in the streets and push the agenda for people. And I think Petey, and I ain't gonna call him Petey Green. I ain't gonna call him Petey. Well, I am gonna call him Petey. I'm gonna call him Petey Blue, cause he need some color in his life, and he trying to get some color in his life, but he lying to get some color. Oh, Petey Blue. I'm telling you, y'all listening to the most truthful talk show host in this business, unbought, unbossed, and unafraid. And you heard him in front of the people of South Bend say, "I don't need your vote." Lying. "I don't want your vote." Lying. Then go to South Carolina to try to get the vote and tell some more lies. But see, this is what gets me. He can do all that. And the people in South Bend is getting on him because there's some recordings of the police accident shooting of Eric Jack Logan that he's saying that he can't release. There's also some recordings of racist police making racist comment about the then black police chief, Daryl Boykins, and about the people of African descent in South Bend, about how they're going to lock them up even though they hadn't committed a crime. Buttigieg, or Petey Blue, he won't release those. And he's trying to tell the people, "I can't release them. There's a federal investigation." Well, that federal investigation is over with, Petey. It's over with. And you got the letter like I got the letter. The feds, the FBI, the Attorney General for the Southern District of Indiana has stated that their investigation is over. They found no wrongdoing. So, Petey, quit lying. You're showing that you a liar. And I agree with the woman. How do you expect people to vote for you on the national level when you can't run the city? How can you run the country and you can't run the city? But it appears that them white folks in Iowa believe that you can. And see what they're showing you by putting you up at the top, the black lives don't matter. Yeah, I said it. And I meant it. If black lives matter, then they would say, "Well, Petey, before you come here trying to run the country, go home and run the city. Release the tapes. Show people that transparent. Yeah, you got a good plan on paper, but you ain't got no plan that you are enacting, and that's not working." I'm just saying.
I got you. 14.
It's okay.
I got it, 14.
Yeah, it's okay. But see, Petey, he wants our vote. And he wants us to take him at his word when we can see that his words do not line up with his actions. And see, he told us where he was at the debate last night. he told us that he was like Trump. The reason why I can beat Trump is because I come from a city that is supporters, or just like the supporters of Trump. Well, did those people look like that they were Trump supporters? Play that piece for me,
The
Tom.
first one. The first one.
The second one, where he's at the debate.
The right experience to take on Donald Trump.
Turn that up.
It's
Listen
not
to
a
it.
traditional establishment Washington experience, but I would argue.
Can you start it at the beginning with audio?
Right now, in order to defeat this
What he's saying, and he's telling a national audience that he comes from a city of people who support Trump.
I get that it's not traditional establishment Washington experience, but I would argue we need something very different right now.
Listen.
In order to defeat this president, we need somebody who can go toe to toe, who actually comes from the kinds of communities that he's been appealing to.
Listen, stop right there. We need someone that comes from the communities, the type of communities that he's been appealing to. And he's using that reference of South Bend. Did you see those people accosting him? Do you think that he was appealing to them? Who was he talking about? He talking about white folks. And white folks cannot get him across the finish line. He's saying, look, them Negroes, them people of African descent, they gonna vote for me anyhow. So I don't have to worry about a black agenda. What I'll do is I'll put on paper, I got a black agenda. And he's got a black agenda on paper. But in practice, he's got a black oppression that he wants us to accept. And some people are saying, well, if they pay you, if you make some money, then shoot, ignore the oppression. That's what Kaepernick is trying to tell. I'm not going to accept some money and ignore the oppression. He's saying that those people in South Bend, oh Lord, PD, look, this is PD wanting to get in. PD, I'm not talking to you, man. I'm talking about you. PD Blue, go and implement the Douglas plan. Don't be talking about it, walk about it. Yeah, no, I'm through with you. See, PD want to get in the conversation. Everybody want to get in the conversation because they know that they listening to the most truthful talk show host in the business. Unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. The truth is, the butt naked truth is, Petey Blue ain't thinking about doing what's right when you talk about people of African descent. And the people in Iowa who's got him running that front runner status right now, they don't care. Petey don't care. The white folks in Iowa don't care. And then he's trying to sell to the people that, look, I come from a community where the people in that community are just like the people that support Donald Trump. Well, what he's trying to say is I come from a community where there's some white folks who support me and will support Donald and don't care about how I treat people of African descent. I'm sick of it. I'm saying that it's time for us to quit looking to other people to do that, what we ought to be doing for ourselves. And people are saying, well, that's what Kaepernick is doing. He's asking those people for a job. I don't think so. I think he's realistic enough to know that they're not going to give him a job if he continues to take the stance that he's going to take. So I think what he's doing, very astute I might add, is using the NFL platform, which is the biggest platform that you can use. He was using it when he was on the field to make the point that the oppression of his people need to stop off the field or in the street. The oppression that was going on in the streets need to stop. Now he is still able to use the NFL platform to make the same case, and he's been able to do it while he is off the field. You know, they tried to hem him up, give him their own receivers. He said, no, I'll get my own receivers. And one of the receivers that he got was Eric Reed, who plays for the Panthers. And he threw that ball. Man, that boy got an arm. Did y'all see him throw that ball? He threw that ball. Ding! That ball went 60, 70 yards. And Eric pulled him right on in. Now, Eric Reed took a knee with Kaepernick. And Eric Reed is still in the NFL. And Eric Reed is still taking the knee. You don't see it because the cameras is in cahoots with the owners. And everybody said, well, why can't we just play football? I'm ready for some football. Petey, I'm talking about football now. I'm coming back to you. This is about football. Man, these folks, they want to get in. But I'm telling you, people want some football. And Kaepernick is saying, I'll play some football. And you got not Rudy Giuliani playing quarterback, but you got Rudy Poo playing quarterback. And I can do better than him and Petey Boo. You got you got Petey Boo, you got Rudy Poo, and none of them, and all of them look like doo-doo. And Kaepernick is saying, yeah, that's him, that's old Petey. I wish we had Rudy. You know, I think they can. Oh, Petey Boo and Rudy Boo, you understand what I'm saying? Or Rudy Poo, I think they can. But Kaepernick is a man of principle, and he's sticking to his guns. And see if they can accept Eric Reed, who took a knee with Kaepernick, sued with Kaepernick, got money, big money, with Kaepernick. Kaepernick ain't hurting for no money. And so they can't buy him to make him accept the oppression of our people. But you got our people supporting Petey Boo because they're getting paid. And he is complicit in the murder of Eric Jack Logan. I'm telling you, all money is not good money. We need to have, and I am not opposed to making money. In fact, I'm trying to make some as we speak. But I ain't gonna accept no money, and you say, well, if I give you some money, then don't say nothing that I done whipped your mama. If I give you some money, and then just tell me how much you want. Just tell me how much you want. And then I'll go in here and rape your sister. Yeah, that money ain't no good money. Or look, if you give me, just tell me how much money you want, and don't say nothing about me putting that crack in the neighborhood. If you just look, how much money you want? What's your price? So that I can put your children out of school and make them attempt suicide because they can't go to school, because they understand that school is the foundation of their future. No, I don't want that money. That money ain't good money. And I agree with my producer. We need to create our own vehicles. And Kaepernick, yeah, get with Eric and bring old JC to the table too. Get his coins. And let's talk about starting our own league. And you can start by recruiting in those historically black colleges. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. I got a call from a brother yesterday. And he was on the Crispus Attucks 1955-56 basketball team that won the state championships here in Indiana. And in talking to him, he was talking about how they didn't have a gym. They couldn't play at Attucks because it was a crack about if they had a home game. It was at Butler Fieldhouse. And so all of their games were away games. And he was talking about how in practice, certain people would be able to pin Oscar Robertson's shot to the board. I told him that I'd have to hear Oscar say that. No, man, I was there. Okay, I wasn't, but I need another reference. But he was making a point that Ray Crow, who was the coach, he actually refereed junior high games, and he was searching talent as he was doing the referee. And he said, Ray had asked me, he said, and I'm gonna call his name Laverne. He said, Laverne, where you going to high school? Laverne said, well, I'm thinking about tech. Man, that ain't the way you want to go. And I told Ray, I said, well, man, he says, well, I ain't too big. He said, shoot, how big's your heart? He said, well, I had a heart, John. He said, well, you come on with the people that's gonna let you get the fullness from your heart. The point that I'm trying to make is Ray built a team at the high school level because he was searching the talent at the junior high level. Cape, if you want to build an alternative to the NFL, start scouting at the college level and get them cats before the NFL, get them up and through there and have them taking money to support our oppression. You've been listening to Elder Mmoja Ajabu, the most truthful talk show host in the business. Unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. The lesson that is very pertinent for our people to get today is that all money is not good money. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, the love. And you know that I don't have but one question. You ready?
This is not a test.
If you listen to this program, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. This program is X-rated. You ready?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You are now tuned into the world's most honest talk show host, the Elder Mmoja Ajabu.